Welcome once again to A.O.S. Abroad. Thank you very, very much for joining this wonderful live session today. And yes, today we are going to be talking about another crucial topic. And this topic transcends not just the travelers or the immigrants that are coming to Canada or other countries, but it also talks to those that are also assisting travelers and immigrants. Do you understand? Those that consider themselves as agents, consider themselves as consultants that are licensed or regulated, like regulated Canadian immigration consultants, and also immigration lawyers, and even those like us who are also travel educators who assist clients to get their documentations and you understand to sort their credentials. So that being said, today our live session is going to be centered on the advice we got from our lawyer partner, our immigration lawyer partner, and he said from his advice, he said, be very careful with travel and immigration clients. Now, this is a very crucial advice. And because of that advice, we actually wrote a newsletter article yesterday. No, it was yesterday, last week, basically. We wrote a newsletter article on LinkedIn to explain what those immigration partner, what does it really mean by the advice? Be very careful with travelers and immigration clients. It's because he has seen it all, at least that I know. And he knows that when things get kind of dicey, when things get kind of sour, there may be some falling out. So today we are going to be making use of our newsletter article on LinkedIn, which is titled Relocation 360 by A.O.S. For those who don't know our newsletter article, every week we always write a newsletter article. You understand, like a blog article, and we post it on LinkedIn, on our newsletter on LinkedIn, Relocation 360 by A.O.S. And if you also go on our website, aosacademy.com, you would also see where you are going to be redirected to the LinkedIn to go check, read up some articles that we have written as regards Canadian immigration, relocation, immigration, career, e-learning, business, and real estate. You understand, abroad. So that being said, today we want to actually go through the 96th edition of our newsletter article on LinkedIn, which is centered on, as I said, the advice given to us by our immigration lawyer, which is be very careful with travel and immigration clients. So I'm going to click on that right now, and I want us to actually read together and really understand what the advice is all about. As I said, this advice is not just only to people that are in the immigration sphere, but even immigrants themselves, travelers themselves. It also would help you to really understand what you need to be focused on, what you need to be careful of, and what you need to actually um, do more of when it comes to immigration. So today, I'm going to be centering our discussion on that very advice by our immigration lawyer, which is said to be careful, be very careful with travel and immigration clients. Now, as I said, in the world of travel business and immigration consulting, opportunities abound. There are various opportunities for people to make money, for people to impact others, for people to actually assist travelers and immigrants. But there are also some risks. You understand? There are some risks because you have to be very aware of them so that when they occur, you are not going to be caught off guard. When they occur, instead of you kind of pushing the blames, you would look for solutions and how to combat those, because some of the risks some people can actually face is denial, their visa denial or their visa rejection. Now, once you get your visa rejection, does that mean it is game over? Absolutely not. It doesn't mean it is game over. So you can actually work on some other things to make sure that the next try is better, or even, as they will say, appeal the decision. There's nothing that is completely over. You understand? You can always work on some things and make sure that you become much more qualified. So, while helping clients, immigration clients specifically, while helping them pursue their dreams of studying abroad, working abroad, or settling abroad, can be fulfilling, very fulfilling for many of us. It also comes with serious legal, ethical, and reputational responsibilities. You know, many of us that are in the travel industry. We see a lot every day, we hear a lot every day. In fact, before I had this live session today, I've spoken to some immigrants, I've spoken to some travelers, some people are, you understand, ethically responsible, and some would want you to actually go the other route. So how are you going to juxtapose? How are you going to make sure that you as the immigrant, you don't ask for things that are unethical? And other travel agents or consultants or lawyers, how are they going to ensure that they go through their business lawfully, legally? This is what we're actually talking about today. So recently, our immigration lawyer actually gave us strong advice that every consultant, every agency, freelance advisor, or even travel language educators like us in the field should take to heart. You should really take it to heart when it comes to this advice, because he said, be very careful with travel and immigration clients. We talked more about that advice, and there were a lot of scenarios he gave me, and some of these scenarios are the scenarios we want to share with you today as our clientele. What you should also be careful of as a traveler or as an immigrant, and what other people that are assisting you one way or the other for your own immigration or your traveling, what they too should be careful of, or what you should look out for when you are relating to many of them. Do you understand? So here's why this warning matters, and what you can do to protect yourself and your own business when it comes to immigrating to Canada or to other countries. Number one, clients sometimes withhold or misrepresent information. Now, this is very important because many times, as people that are assisting immigrants or travelers, you can't assist immigrants or travelers when they are not willing to share some information with you, or when they are actually holding some information. Take, for instance, you got rejected in the US before, and you never mentioned that to a Canadian immigration consultant that is assisting you for your current Canadian immigration. You can't expect him to know about it without you telling him. And sometimes when you don't tell him and you get your visa rejected as a result of that, sometimes people don't understand that some of the decisions they make, either knowingly or unknowingly, affect their immigration. Because if you have gone to the US, for instance, Canada already has that data. They know that you have tried in the US, you got denied, but you didn't now say it when you were applying for a Canadian visa. That is one way, that is one factor they would use to show that you misrepresented yourself. And because you've misrepresented yourself, it is one of the biggest challenges immigration professionals face. And this challenge causes many immigrants to get their visa denied by Canada. Do you understand? So clients have to be very much transparent. You understand? Because of course they have seen, our lawyer has seen many situations where clients may not be always fully transparent. So they always try to inform them that if you hide information, if you hide previous visa refusals, if you hide the fact that you have overstayed, or you try to cover up your criminal records, you understand, that may lead to even ban. Canada can even ban you for 3 years, for 5 years, or even for life, because they see that you are untruthful, you understand, in your application. So no matter how the visa, the immigration consultant or lawyer actually applies for you, if you don't put those cogent information there, he can't do anything, because you are the one that actually affected yourself. So also, some other clients exaggerate their qualifications to appear eligible. For instance, you have a bachelor's, you say you already have a master's. Maybe it's a professional bachelor's, you say no, it is master's you have. That could affect you. Some people may just have OND, they say no, they have HND. That may affect you because you have exaggerated your qualifications. You have stated what you are not. Or maybe you just went to school, you studied microbiology. You say no, you are you are a medical laboratory technician, or you are a medical laboratory technologist. Do you understand? If you have other things that back up that experience, for instance, that you say, okay, even though I studied microbiology, I worked in a particular facility as a medical laboratory technologist. That's still different from someone that just studied microbiology and now is working in, you understand, bank as a cashier. There is no correlation. Do you understand? So if you feel that, oh, healthcare professionals are those that are getting selected now, and you want to come in as an healthcare professional, instead of you understand, exaggerating your qualifications, why don't you inform your consultant? Because, for instance, our lawyer has told us many situations whereby some people feel they are not even qualified, some people feel they are not even eligible to come in as an healthcare professional or to come in as a tech expert. But when they inform the consultant, the lawyer, about all what they have done in the past, do you understand? The consultant can now look that, okay, even if what you were doing or what you are currently doing, maybe you are in the bank, for instance, but you have had experience, maybe when you went for your youth service, you understand, in Nigeria, for those that are Nigerians amongst us, or when you were in school, you did some professional courses, you did this, you did that, then we can say you are still in the healthcare profession. So if you are not informing the lawyer or the consultant before time that, okay, this is all what I have, this is how you can see that I am qualified for this, they wouldn't know. You understand? And you are not meant to be over exaggerating what you are not, because that can also affect you in terms of immigration. Do you understand? So the danger when it comes to you exaggerating or lying about your credential is that if you submit false information, especially on the part of the immigration consultant or lawyer or travel agent, if you submit false information on behalf of a client, whether knowingly or unknowingly, you could be held accountable, you could be held liable. Not only could your client, which is the immigrant, face bans or deportation, but your own reputation as the travel agent or consultant or lawyer, you understand? And even your legal standing as a consultant or lawyer could be damaged, because many people will feel that, oh, it is this person that did it for this person that got denied. It is this person that did it for this person that got banned. Sometimes lawyers don't have anything. They are not the final person in the what in the continuum. They are not the person that will give the visa. They are not the visa officers. Visa officers can deny, they can ban, they have the authority to do that. But many times these are as a result of clients withholding information or over exaggerating, though some consultants too may have their own parts to play. But this is what we are telling you. The major takeaway is always insist on full disclosure. If you're a travel agent or a consultant or a lawyer, insist on full disclosure and require documented proof for every claim. Do you understand? You as the immigrant or you as the traveler, when you are working with a consultant or a lawyer, ensure that the person you are working with insist on full disclosure of your information. Ensure that that person, you understand, get full documented proof for every claim. Your claim on your education, your claim on your experience, your claim on your age, your claim on your family composition, and all other things like that. Do you understand? That's the first thing, number one, which is information. Number two is shifting blame when things go wrong. Shifting blame when things go wrong. Many people are always in this particular issue. Many people always have issue with this. Immigration outcomes are never guaranteed. You must understand it. They are never guaranteed. So even with a strong application, visa officers have the final say. Just like I said, they have the final say. Unfortunately, when refusals happen, some clients immediately shift blame to the consultant or to the agent or to the lawyer. And of course, we have seen cases where disappointed applicants with our IRCC and his team claimed that, oh, the agent filled my form wrongly. I was promised guaranteed approval. If you are working with us or with our RCIC, note that nothing is ever guaranteed. Nothing is 100%. Some people will be asking, what is your success rate? It's good to ask. It's not that it's not good to ask. But if you even get someone that is telling you, it is 100%, you should be very, very careful of that kind of person. Because that kind of person, you understand, is already saying something or she's already saying something that even the immigration office, IRCC, must not know about, because nothing is 100%, nothing is guaranteed. You understand? So they did not tell me about the risks. Some clients will say that they did not tell me about the risks. We have to always inform clients about the risk, and client also has to be aware. Even if your travel agent did not tell you, your consultant did not tell you, your lawyer did not tell you, you also browse. That is why you have phone. That's why you have gadget. Get informed. You understand? Go on the IRCC website. Know what the Canadian immigration website says about what you are currently doing, so that you are going to be informed that, oh, this thing can go this way or it can go this way. Our prayer is that things to be positive. You should get your visa. But if you don't get it, know that it does happen. So the major takeaway is that protect yourself by using clear contracts. If you're a consultant, you're a lawyer, you're an agent, use major disclaimers and written communication. Never promise 100% success. And as a traveler or as an immigrant, never expect 100% success when it comes to your immigration. Nothing is 100%. If you see someone that is even telling you 100%, be very careful of that person, because that person at the end of the day is not a professional, or that person just wants to calculate with your money. Do you understand? Now, another thing is number three: money and refund disputes. Canada immigration process can be very expensive. Between the government fees, the document translation, and consultancy charges. So clients who don't understand the financial structure may later demand refunds even after services have been rendered. So the major takeaway is clearly explain your fee structure to clients, to government, your fee structure, the government charges, and even the refund policies upfront. Always issue receipts. Transparency reduces what? It reduces conflict. Many a times we have had our own fair share of this. That many people ask for refunds. Some that don't ask for refunds will say, "Oh, I didn't expect that this money should be paid, or this money should be deducted from me." But that is why we have contracts. That is why we have, you understand, the receipt. We write it clearly on the contract that, oh, once you are paying for this, this is what you are paying for, this is what you are doing. But the issue is many people don't read. Many people don't read. So even if they don't read, send them their own copy of the contract. Let them have the copy of their contract. Do you understand? So they could always go back to it. If, for instance, they come back and they say, "Oh, I didn't know about this, I didn't know about this," they could always go back to their contract and see that they have actually stated this. They have been informed about this thing, they have signed to it. They have, you understand, no excuse. Ignorance is never what? An excuse in the law court. So if you have been given a contract, you have been signed a contract as a client, as an immigrant, as a traveler, make sure you read that contract. Don't be in a rush. Make sure you read the contract. Make sure you are aware of what you are signing into, because it is an agreement. If you breach the agreement by saying, "No, you were not informed, you did not know about it," that is not an excuse, because you were given the contract to sign. And before you can sign a contract, before you can sign anything, by law, you should take your time to read. Yes, we know in the country, or let me say, as we are right now, even when you are going to register for a SIM card, as little as a SIM card, or you understand, you are going to get a phone, or you are going to get this and that, there are always fine prints. They would always give you a contract to sign. If you are going to get a car, if you are going to get a house, there are always fine prints. There are always contracts to sign. So you can, even if you don't want to sign something that would implicate you, you don't want to sign something that you are not sure of, you can always ask for a time that, okay, let me get this contract. Let me go and read about it first before nobody will force you. Yes, we know there are some sales representatives, there's some people that want you to actually sign up because, yes, they have some quotas to meet for a day. Yes, they are actually discussing with you. They want to make sure that, yes, but even if you want to sign immediately, ask questions. If you don't ask questions, you won't be informed about what you are doing. Ask questions. Make sure that you are informed about things. You are well aware about what you are getting into before you actually sign, so that you are well informed and there won't be any surprises at the end of the day. Number four, data privacy and document handling. This is one of the issues many people have actually faced. Travel and immigration work involves highly sensitive documents like your passport, like your birth certificate, like your bank statement, criminal records, medical records, and things like that. So, mishandling or losing these documents could lead to legal consequences and loss of trust when it comes to working with immigration clients. So the takeaway is invest in secure. If you're a travel agent, you're a consultant, you're a lawyer, invest in secure storage, in encrypted communication tools, and strong internal policies. But when you are, in the case of you being an immigrant or a traveler, ensure that the person that you are using makes sure that it keeps your information sensitive. It keeps your sensitive information private. You understand? We have had situations of people that, okay, they even gave us as little as client reviews, as little as testimonials, that they tell us, please, this testimonial, I don't want it to go out. You understand? I don't want these testimonials. I don't want many people to know about. It does happen because some people, we have seen people that they traveled. We have had clients before that they are now in Canada. Some of them will say, "Oh, please, I don't want people to know that I traveled." You understand? I don't want to. I don't want my family to know, my friends to know. It's understandable. You cannot force them. You get. We can't force them that. Okay, even though we say that yes, in our contract you have signed that yes, we can make use of your client's review as your testimony and your testimonials for publicity, for marketing. Some people will say, please, they would really come to us and say, please, yes, I can give you review, I can give you client review, I can even write or I can talk about it, I can, you understand? But I don't want my face to be out there. I don't want people to know that yes, I've traveled. I understand. You understand? It happens. You cannot force people to disclose their traveling intent. You understand? So some of those policies, even if we have them on ground that yes, we can use it for marketing, we always understand. Just last week, someone still reached out to me and said, "Oh yes, I spoke to you on TikTok. You understand? You assisted me and this like that and this like that. Please take this down from TikTok." You understand? Take this down from TikTok. I don't want people to know this thing is, you understand, private information. We understand. We can take it down. We have taken several of our content down like that. If we see that, oh, the people that actually own those client reviews are not willing to actually share them to the general public. But these are still the same people. We have had people, even still the same people, that will still refer people to us that, oh, one of my cousins said that he wants to come to Canada, and I just told him that you were the one that did it for me. I've sent him your phone number. You understand? You can talk to him on this. So even if they don't want the general public to know, some of them are because of course we respect their decision, we respect their choice. We take it down from social media, and they still come at the back and say, okay, please, um, I refer this person to you. Help him with his immigration. Do you understand? If we are not considerate, if we are not understanding that way, they may not be willing to come back to actually refer people to us. So please, if you are working with someone, know what the person can do and know, you understand, your rights when it comes to actually dealing with you understand, agencies. Number five is to stay within your legal boundaries. This is another advice from our lawyer. Stay within your legal boundaries. Every country has regulations on who can legally provide immigration advice. For example, in Canada here, only regulated Canadian immigration consultants, which are RCICs, and lawyers are authorized to represent clients before the IRCC, the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada. So if you operate outside your legal scope, you risk getting fined, you risk bans, or even prosecution in the law court. So learn what we do, for instance, at A.O.S abroad, and who we are, so that you understand very well what we can do for you. At A.O.S abroad, we have our disclaimer video on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, on LinkedIn, and the rest, where we say that A.O.S abroad, we are not immigration consultants, we are not immigration lawyers. We don't even consider ourselves as travel agents. We are just educators. We are travel educators. We educate people as regards what they need to do about Canadian immigration, what they need to do about relocation, how they can succeed. And we have partnered with regulated Canadian immigration consultants and a lawyer to assist you with your own documentation, with your own applications, with your own processes. We can assist with documentations. For instance, if you want to learn language, like French language, you want to prepare for IELTS, for TEF Canada, for TCF Canada, you understand, you want us to help you with your educational credentials in terms of, you understand, submitting it on behalf of you to Canada, to maybe like World Education Services. Those documentations, we can assist with you. We can assist you with it, rather. But we don't help with application, we don't help with processing. Rather, we link up with our RCIC and with our lawyer who actually assists clients for that. So our major takeaway is if you are not licensed, just like us, limit your services to general travel support, to document preparation, and referral to licensed professionals like ours. Do you understand? Partner with lawyers and accredited consultants where necessary. Now, the final thoughts: trust, compliance, and protection. Our lawyer's advice is clear. He said the risks are as real as the rewards. To succeed in this travel industry, we must balance empathy for clients with strict compliance and professional boundaries. By ensuring transparency, written agreement, proper licensing, and ethical practices, e-learning firms, including us at A.O.S abroad, Consultants and agencies can protect themselves, even lawyers can protect themselves while still delivering valuable services to the what? To their clients. Because please note, at the end of the day, the best what do you call it? At the end of the day, the best way to build a sustainable travel and immigration business is to what? Is not to be chasing quick wins. There are many people that have reached out to us and say, please, I want you to do this, I want you to do this, I want you to do this. We say no, we don't do those kind of things. Because the integrity matters a lot, the reputation matters a lot. We cannot just be chasing quick wins every time. You understand? Quick wins, it affects businesses at the end of the day, because people they don't value that some people even take time to go beyond and above for them. And that's why it's better to just stay in your lane. It is better to safeguard one's integrity and put long-term trust above everything else. So, our question for readers: if you're in the travel or immigration industry, or you are a traveler or an immigrant like you, what is the toughest challenge you have faced when it relates to immigration or immigration clients? And how exactly did you handle it? So, what else do you need to know about A.O.S abroad? Number one, but if you want to purchase a copy of my book, my best-selling Amazon book, Funding Your Move Abroad: How to Plan Well, Make Money, and Migrate to Canada Successfully, you can actually get it on Amazon. It is available in hardcover and also in audiobook. And if you're unable to buy on Amazon, you can also get it on seller.com/fund-move-abroad in multiple African currencies. Now, you can also join our free weekly relocation live sessions, just like this one we have in collaboration with myself on YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel on YouTube, on TikTok, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on other places as well. Now, our immigration memoir is finally out right now as well. So you can grab your copy of We Were Homeless in Canada for the stories of our 30 days on Ontario Street, the life lessons learned, and the childbirth that changed everything. Now, you can also shop the A.O.S online course collections featuring some of your favorite language learning, exam preparation, international career, and business development trainings. And you can also kindly join our free Telegram group, A.O.S Location 360, if you have not yet already. So, my question to you now is: what is your next step? Do you have any questions? Let's chat in the comment section, or you can also send us a DM. Share your travel thoughts, share your questions in the comments. And if you're interested in more insights about Canadian immigration, subscribe to our newsletter, visit our bio, you understand, for more tips, for more guidelines and updates on your path to Canadian permanent residency. So to your international success, A.O.S. Thank you very much, everyone. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section right now before we go, so that we can respond to your questions. If you don't have any questions, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. You understand? We're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on LinkedIn, we're on um, all your social media platforms. So click on the link, go on our bio. If you want to reach out to us, go on our bio, click on the link on our bio, and you can learn how you yourself can become a permanent resident of Canada, how you can actually migrate to Canada with or without your family members. If you have a spouse or your children, you understand how all of you can actually come into Canada easily through the permanent residency route. So don't forget as well that every week we come on at least once a week, live on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. We come on live at least once every week to talk about trending topics like this, and to actually give you trending news as it relates to Canadian immigration. So if you want to always get updated, subscribe to our channel, hit on the notification bar to get notified anytime we drop a content, and we do expect to hear from you and to get you joining us live next time. Thank you very much, everyone, and do have a lovely day ahead. Bye.